Welcome to the first home game of the 2023 campaign. It's Friday, September 8th, 2023, and the Red Eddies come into Fitzpatrick tonight to take on your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Dave Levine, bringing you all the action this year on WPPS TV3 and on YouTube. Dave, the Dogs are coming off really one of the biggest wins ever to open a season, having defeated the TA Trojans in their own house by a touchdown last week, 35-28. The superlatives were Regan Buck, who had 77 yards and 58 yards receiving, including that big 31-yard pass to go ahead towards the end of the game. And Louis Thornton had a 30-yard run, as well as that great pass. And Aiden McGowan, 163 yards on 19 carries. Justin Bouchard heralded a new Dogs kicking game, going 5 for 5 in PATs.
Yep. All that great stuff on offense you mentioned. What I was impressed about was the defense. This defense held that TA team to 228 total yards for the entire game. Yes, they did give up a kick return for a touchdown, but 228 against that kind of team is incredible. They forced a turnover at a key time. They kept them off. They kept short drives for TA, and they just played great on defense.
Folks, then let's talk about a little bit about the Red Eddies. They suffered a 33-14 defeat at the hands of Noble. Noble had come back into Class A. I think they were Class B last year. And the Red Eddies have a brand new field, a turf field, and a new school, really, in many respects. And their players to watch are their quarterback, number 5, Jake Grealish, number 4, their wide receiver, Bennett Dubois, a favorite target, and Jack Pepin is a running back and wide receiver, a very strong player.
Yeah, Jack is one of those, he's not going to run away from you type of players. He's going to run over you, and he looks for contact. He's going to finish his runs, and he always seems to fall forward. Bennett Dubois is a big kid. He's 6'2", and they just love to throw to him. This team likes to put the ball up in the air, so we'll see how our DBs handle it.
Folks, we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment.
Welcome to Fitzpatrick Stadium. Here come your Portland Bulldogs. Fridays are for Bulldogs. The Portland Bulldogs will take on the Red Eddies of Edward Little. This is Dave Levine. Steve Schwartz is here as well. So as the players come out onto the field for the coin toss, your captains for your Portland Bulldogs are Regan Buck, Miles Hang, Hunter Temple, and Braden Wales. For the Red Eddies of Edward Little, the captains are Cade Maselli, Drew Smith, Colson Alexander, and Mackenzie Grenier. The Red Eddies will be calling the toss as the away team. So the thunderstorms have passed by us temporarily. We're hoping they do hold off for the evening. Skies are cloudy, but it's a nice night. A little humid. So Portland has won the toss and have elected to receive. They will be defending the end zone to our right. Edward Little will kick off for this half and receive the kick for the second half.
The kickoff, Portland will receive the game.
So here we go as we get ready for the kickoff. And number 2 is Irish Connor. And it's a deep kick picked up at about the 8-yard line. And on the right side, here we go again. Regan Buck on the sideline. He steps out. What a return.
Big return again for Regan. Last week from at TA, he took the opening kickoff to the house, but was called back for a hold. This time he takes it up the right sideline and just motors down all the way to about the 27-yard line, where he got forced out of bounds, setting up the Dogs perfectly to start this opening drive.
So that's a 65-yard return. And the Dogs will take over 1st and 10, 27. And it's a handoff. Some nice yardage.
Yeah, Aiden McGowan took that off the right side. They just collapsed the end of the line of the Red Eddies and just took it down about 5 yards.
And that's exactly what it was, a 5-yard carry. So 2nd and 5. In the gun is Thornton. Buck finds a hole.
Oof.
Yeah, he's taken down hard by number 19.
Yeah, Gavin Terrio.
Yeah, let's talk about Gavin Terrio for a minute. His sister, Kayla, is the kicker. Yeah,
the two of them. You got the middle linebacker or kind of your will linebacker, depending. He moves around a little bit. And then Kayla is the kicker for the team. She hit two extra points last week.
So that was a 5-yard gain for Buck, and it's 1st and 10. The ball's on the 18-yard line. And Buck finds some room on the outside.
Oh, just got tripped up. That again is Gavin Terrio getting out there to make that play, but Buck was able to scamper around the right side, just got tripped up, but still picked up about 8 or 9 yards and brought it to the 10-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, they're going to give it. That's right. They're going to give him a 10-yard gain. And so it is 1st and goal here. They may be able to get it down to the goal line without scoring, but I think it's going to be 1st and goal, ball in the 10. Pistol formation here. Running into his own man is number 32, Cordell Jones.
Yeah, Cordell KB. He took it right up the middle and then ran into Big Dalton David in there. And David didn't make the tackle, but he threw him around a little bit, and it took a second to get his bearings again.
So 5-yard gain for Cordell Jones, a transfer from Gorham. 2nd and goal from the 5. Straight up the middle, and a touchdown, Dogs. Number 9, Aiden McGowan.
Yeah, great blocking up front. The left tackle, Mustafa Muhammad. The left guard, Riley Wilds. Both of them blew out their players on the line and just let Aiden run right behind him and in. Great work by the offensive line.
And now Thurston to hold. And I think it's going to be Justin Bouchard. Yeah, definitely the lefty. Coming in to see if he can go 6-6 to start.
Oh, that was blocked. Yeah, the one thing we watched in warm-ups a little about him was his kicks are a little bit low. He's got plenty of leg strength, but he's got to get the kicks up a little bit, especially with a big defensive line out there.
Nevertheless, the score, Portland Bulldogs 6, Red Eddies nothing. We'll be back in a moment. So the Dogs are set to kick off. Justin Bouchard to kick off, and a couple back deep here for the Red Eddies.
Yeah, you got Jack Pepin back there, and then you got Gavin Terrio again.
It's incredibly helpful to have numbers on helmets, folks. That's a hint for the Dogs in the years to come, although they have a bulldog. So what are you going to do? A nice booming kick picked up at the 15. And brought back about, let's see, down
to the 31. So you get about a 16-yard return for Jack Pippin there, or Pepin. He is going to be the key guy that the Dogs are going to have to keep an eye on. Again, he's a powerful built runner, stays low to the ground, doesn't really have that breakaway speed that you need to be scared of, but he's going to run you down.
Well, it's 1st and 10. We finally get a look at the offense here. And in the shotgun, it's number 5. He goes deep. Oh, beautifully timed play.
Yeah, that couldn't have been done any better by Hunter Temple. They were looking for that go pattern down the sideline to their big wide receiver there. And that was Bennett Dubois, but Hunter just stayed right with him, turned for the ball, high-pointed it, and just knocked it down. Didn't try to do anything fancy with it. Red Eddies do like to throw the ball.
So Grealish is 0 for 1. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 31 still. This time under center with one in motion. He pitches the ball outside to the left. Not much for Jack Pepin.
That's going to be one of their favorite plays, a little toss outside. Most of their run plays end up to be a toss play or some sort of outside run. It allows that running back to get a little bit of a head of steam and play against some of the smaller people and avoid the line.
Well, it looks like to be about 2nd and 7.
Good blitz.
Rolling out and
little
too
high.
Far over the head of Vinod Lyric.
So that's about, yeah. He was trying to look for Lyric Velnot, and the pressure came in way too fast for him to set his feet, so he just overthrew it a little bit. Dogs get a 3 and out real quick and get the ball back.
It's straight up. It's going to only travel about 20 yards. The Dogs are going to let it just sit there. And it takes a Dog's bounce for a change. As just catching it there is Keegan Olcott.
Yeah, last week it seemed like every kick or punt that TA had, it rolled in the other direction. So at least we're one for one this week, Steve.
The Dogs will have it 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. They enjoy a 6-0 lead with 9 minutes left here in the first quarter here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. A beautiful summer evening. We might be sandwiched between some pretty serious thunderstorms. We had some. One may be on the way in an hour. We'll see. And that's great penetration by...
Yeah, Caden Dulac came in and just blew that play up in the backfield. No gain on the ball carrier. It was he just came right in through the gap between the center and the guard, and just met running back in the backfield there.
The name Dulac synonymous with Portland High School athletics. Greg Dulac was a great runner years ago for the Dogs. His father was the gym teacher, but here we go.
Oh,
tripped
up. Got lucky
McGowan.
there.
Fun fact, Aiden McGowan's great uncle is Jerry Conley, our friend, attorney in Portland. I just got a chance to say hello to him, and his kids all went to Cheverus, but he's here to see his nephew Aiden. Buck gets the first down and more. About a 7-yard gain or so.
Yeah, that was they went wildcat that time, direct snap right to him. He was able to pick up enough yards for the first down there.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Dogs looking for a play here from the sideline to Coach Green and others. Way back in the gun here. Thornton. Here's Cordell.
Good, powerful run there at the end.
Yeah, taken down by Gavin Terrio again.
That's a good 9-yard carry. He got hit about 5 yards downfield, and then just kept those legs moving, kept driving forward, fell forward for another couple yards there, and makes it 2nd and short. If the Dogs wanted to take a shot, this would be the time.
Yeah, the score, well, there's a penalty.
I think there might have been a face mask at the end of that because they're moving at 15. I didn't get the call from the ref.
Yeah, the indication from one of the Red Eddie players is that it was a face mask on them. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 16 now for the Dogs.
Same formation as they just ran.
With one in motion, coming through with the sweep is Buck. My goodness, he is very good at finding holes.
Yeah, he was able to make. He just kept kind of jogging out to the outside and waiting for his blocks to keep pushing downfield. And after all of that, he picked up about 8 or 9 yards on what should have been really a 2-yard carry. But that blocking up ahead really just pushed the Red Eddies back, and he was able to go until he ran out of room at the sideline.
Yeah, and they give him the first down. It's 1st and goal from the 2nd down and 1. They give him 9 yards, as you had suggested. Here we go. That is a very odd formation. Here we go. McGowan will score.
Yep.
7-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
McGowan, his 2nd score of the night.
They brought Buck back in motion behind the quarterback, and it was just a misdirect because he was coming to the left. They handed off to McGowan. He went right, and there was nobody out there. Again, the offensive line collapses the end, and there was just nothing there.
Now we'll see how. Justin can go ahead here. Oh, they're going to try to go for 2, it looks like. They want to get that point back, so the handoff.
Keeper.
My goodness, what a great play. Does he get in? No.
He was
waved off.
He kind of celebrated a little early there, and I think he should have he had a chance to get it in, but he put the ball up in the air a little bit and looking like he was celebrating, and 2 Red Eddies just collapsed on him real quick, and he just couldn't get it into the end zone.
I wonder, though, if he was just trying to get the ball over the line there. I don't know. But I was not using my binoculars at the time, so... Curiously, the last game, the Portland Press Herald sports writers all picked Thornton Academy 6-0. Tonight, they have all picked the Portland Bulldogs to win this game. What a beautiful sky tonight, a pink sky, a little purple. You can see that. Just a gorgeous evening here in Portland. And here we go with the kickoff. Ball is kicked off from the 40. And this time it rolls down to about the 12.
Yeah, gang tackled there. Jack Pepin just didn't have anywhere to go. Was able to get about 10 yards, maybe 12 yards on that carry, but he didn't have many options there. The Dogs stayed in their lane and covered that kick well.
They really haven't had any gains here tonight, so we'll see what happens here as they're deep in their own territory. The ball on their own 26. First and 10, 6:46 left in the first quarter. The Dogs are up 12-0.
So again, without Hunter Baker in the backfield, the Red Eddies lose a dynamic player on offense. Here comes that blitz again.
And smartly thrown down by Grealish.
Yeah, Grealish had nothing there. He might have had somebody like 5 yards downfield, but their coverage was pretty tight, so it was smart to just throw it at his feet and not take any chances and come again another day. So this defensive line right now for Portland is imposing its will. That's twice when they went back to pass, there was just nothing there, and the quarterback was running for his life. They do have to be careful because Grealish can run. He is very, very sneaky fast.
2nd and 10. Fakes the handoff, rolls bout.
Little screen, backside screen.
Dropped by Lyric.
Yeah, Lyric Velnot dropped that. A little bit of a high pass, but I was looking down at the bottom of the screen there at Bennett Dubois, and he was one-on-one coverage out there, and that's where I thought they were going to go with it. Portland did roll coverage over that direction, and Red Eddies had a good play on with the screen pass to the other side of the field. They just couldn't get that completion.
3rd and 10, ball in the 26 here. Big play for Portland. Grealish takes the snap, rolls back. He's got
screen to this side.
Yeah, Pepin gets the ball, but he's barely going to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well,
they pick up
he picked up about 4 yards, and he got hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. As I was saying, he's not going to run away from you. He's going to run over you. But the Dogs did gang tackle. They knew they had yardage to spare, giving him about 4 or 5 yards here, forcing another punt. Kind of from this point last time when they punted, it was a high punt, went about 30 yards with no return.
Drew Smith is the punter.
Fake.
And he's going to fake it. And my goodness, he's going to run for the first
Yes,
down.
that Portland saw it. They broke down, but he made the first man miss, and there weren't enough Dogs there to make the tackle, and he was able to scramble for that first down. Nice play.
I have it about 14-yard gain altogether there, or thereabouts. Ball's on the 42, 1st and 10 for the Red Eddies. So
a little razzle dazzle there. Get Portland on their heels, gets their first down, and maybe they can make a drive out of this. Portland's got to react now and not let that get to them and play defense like they've been playing.
The pitch out. Big Pepin. It's going to take a few to bring him down, and it did. But first in there is number 32, Cordell Jones.
Yeah, Cordell Jones was right there. But if you would watch that handoff, the quarterback Grealish was hit almost as he handed that ball off and went down. That's how quickly this line is getting through today.
That's the first gain on the ground for Pepin, and it was 1 yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9, ball in the 43.
Yeah, Portland knows they can't go one-on-one with Pepin. They're going to have to get a bunch of hats on him, and so far they have.
See what Coach Kramer has in store.
Again.
Knocked down. You know, Regan Buck is everywhere.
That hit Regan Buck in the hands, but he was running so fast to the sideline that he just couldn't get his hands on it. But again, the line got through. 2 people beat their blocks at the point of attack and put the quarterback under pressure, and he had to throw it early and before he was ready, and there's just no way to get a pass completion like that. So this Red Eddie line is just getting manhandled right now.
We're going to have let's see if it's a timeout. It could be a Red Eddie timeout here. We'll go over quickly who the assistant coaches are. Rick Kramer, Billy Merrill, Dan Johnson. The principal is Scott Anier. Assistant principal Craig Latucha. The athletic director, our friend Todd Sampson. Statistician is Dan Johnson. Film is Cole Greenberg. Todd Sampson has been very accommodating to our broadcasts, and we're going to probably do a game from there, a basketball game from there this year in a brand new gym. And so we'll look forward to that. Of course, their coach is Mike Adams, their basketball coach. For the Dogs, Sean Green is the head coach. Nick Cleach, Mark Marston, Ethan Stump, Chris Ferguson, Mike Ellis, John St. Pierre, Raphael Salamone, Chapin LaBelle, Mark Wilds, Rocco Navarro, Donnie Gillies, and Wes Davis. The coaches. Joe Miller is the manager. Caleb Shields, the assistant manager. Sheila Jepson is our principal. Lance Johnson is the athletic director. Ryan Lucas is the trainer. Rachel Lawson is the athletic assistant. And here we go, 3rd and 9. Now we have a flag.
There was movement on both sides. I have a feeling that Portland jumped a little bit. This was a problem last week for them. But nope, they're going to call it a false start. I did see the left tackle move, but I wasn't sure if he moved because the Portland Dogs moved or not. Last week against against Thornton Academy, Portland had 9 penalties. 5 of which were pre-snap penalties. So that's one thing that the Portland Dogs have to really work on and clean up for later in this year.
And so far, they've done a good job of it here with 4:36 left. And now we have a situation, let's see, well, it's in the backfield still, so...
That's another false start.
Yeah, it is. 2 in a row.
So the Dogs are moving at the line, but they're not moving forward. They're moving sideways a little bit, and that's causing the Edward Little line to jump a little bit. They might be going on a different snap count, which also might not have been communicated properly to the line. So there's a little bit of confusion, and this is especially concerning for them, considering they're coming out of a timeout. They had 3rd and 9. They took a timeout to get this play right. And now they're going backwards.
3rd and 20 it is, folks, from the 33. And, oh my God, what a monster block. But no gain.
I couldn't see who was out there. Maybe that was Jack Pepin with the block on the little underneath sweep. They did pick up about 6 yards maybe on that carry, but that's not going to be anywhere near what they needed for that first down. So they're going to send out the punt team once again.
I think that was Vino maybe with the 6 yards, but the monster block was made on Brody Viola. So here we go with a punt. And they're not going to fake it this time. Close to getting a hand on it. And it goes out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
What a punt that was. That came off his foot like a rocket. That's a 50-yard punt. Well, it was 42 from the line of scrimmage, 50 from where it left his foot.
So the Dogs are backed up in their own territory. It'll be 1st and 10 on their own 17, or excuse me, their own 21. Gets on the 22 here. Thornton has 2 going to the line.
Empty backfield. Little underneath
Temple.
cut. And Temple is
goodness, he is on the way. Going down the sideline. And a touchdown, Dogs.
78-yard run underneath. They moved 2 people out in motion. They set 4 wide and then brought Hunter Temple across the face of the formation. A simple read option to him, and he just motored down the sideline.
But the creativity of this coaching staff is really something, Dave.
It's a very simple play from the beginning, but putting 2 people in the backfield and then sending them out wide to make it look like it's an empty formation, and then all of a sudden come back with that run. That's what makes it creative, Steve.
It's 18-0 now, and the Dogs are going to go for 2. Thornton is in the shotgun. He's looking for an open person.
Pulls it down this time. A little underneath. Oh, he skipped it in too low.
Yeah. It was
so he didn't
for Buck.
Yeah, and Buck was open in the back of the end zone, but Thornton was running around to his right there. He did a great job keeping his eyes downfield, but just threw it in just a little bit too low for Buck to handle.
So the Dogs have an 18-0 lead. They have 3 touchdowns, and we'll be back with 3:33 left in the first quarter. We don't really have commercials on Channel 3, but I can tell you that it took us about the Dogs about 10 seconds to get ready to kick it off here, and here's Justin Bouchard to do so.
Shorter kick this time.
Yeah, picked up at about the 22 and brought down to about the 43.
Yeah, that was Lyric Veldon again. We've called his name quite a few times.
So 22-yard return or so. And 1st and 10 on the 43.
Yeah, best starting field position for the Red Eddies. That was a shorter kick. I'm not sure why they tried that, but
we have a penalty on the Dogs.
Yeah, there was a holding penalty on the Dogs, which is interesting on a return like that.
And they're going to march it down to the 53, a 10-yard penalty. So their first penalty of the game is a defensive holding. So
Edward Little starting in plus territory now. Play action. Good pressure underneath again. And it's just not enough to get it outside to Gavin Theriot.
I think that makes him 1 for 5 right now. Good pressure. Dogs sticking to their game plan. Containing very athletic Grealish.
Yeah, they haven't let him roll out or do anything special there. They're staying tight to their receivers with typically man coverage, and they're just bringing the line right now, and they're bringing an extra linebacker almost every time right now. So they're rushing 5 or 6, and they're not scared of this Red Eddie passing game.
Well, we have a whistle.
That might be on the Dogs this time.
Well, it looks that way.
So when you're getting this kind of pressure and you're getting aggressive like this, sometimes you get a little bit overzealous on the line, and you really want to make a play. You get through one time and then you make a mistake the next time. So they'll just have to calm themselves down a little bit and play their normal defense like they've been playing all game long.
It makes it 2nd and 5 from the 38. Grealish back to throw. Oh, great pressure. Oh, he gets out of it and throws it away. So that was tremendous.
Yeah, Braden Wales just came right through and just barely missed the feet of Grealish there. But Grealish was able to set his feet and just launch it out of bounds to nobody, really. That could have gone for intentional grounding. I didn't see a wide receiver out there, and he certainly wasn't out of the pocket, but maybe that's what they were thinking, that he was far enough over to that side that he was outside the tackle box, and gave him the benefit of the doubt.
It's been a great defense here so far for the Dogs. It's 3rd and 5 still from the 38. 3:16 left here in the first quarter. And again back to throw. Really lots of time. He's got a wide open receiver on the right side, and Oh my goodness! Oh
He
my
bobbled
goodness.
it
What a
3
play.
times.
Gavin Terrio, touchdown.
Wow, he bobbled that ball 3 times and was able to corral it. Portland seemed to give up on the play. They didn't know what was going on. He caught it and just rambled into the end zone. And that was a big play for the Red Eddies to get right back into this game.
38-yard pass play. Grealish to Terrio. They'll line up.
So down 18-6, they're going to go for 2. Rolls out to the right a little bit high, looking again for the running back coming out of the backfield there, Jack Pepin.
That looks like it was batted down possibly by Cordell Jones. May have gotten a hand on it.
Or batted up.
Yeah, right. So that's where we are right now. 3:04, 18-6 is the score. The Red Eddies will get set to kick off in just a moment. So the Red Eddies will get set to kick off from the 40. They've brought themselves back to within 12 with 3:04 left here in the first quarter. It's been a very exciting and active first quarter as the Dogs scored the first 3 touchdowns. And now Connor Irish set to kick off. Here's the whistle. Actually, it's an onside kick recovered by the Dogs. And that was, I think, Kayla Terrio. Recovered by Spencer. It'll be 1st and 10 Dogs. They're on their own 46-yard line. There's the fake. Over to Hunter Temple on the left side. He goes in the middle. And still on his feet. Gets first down and more. And brought out of bounds on the far sideline.
Great play action wide receiver screen quickly out to Hunter Temple. And that's one thing we watched last week. They tried running that same type of play, but the ball didn't come out quick enough, and TA was able to stuff it. This week, it came out very quickly. Hunter Temple came into the backfield, came back to the ball, and was able to scamper upfield for a first down.
What a 19-yard gain for him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Straight up the middle. Regan-Buck. And it looks like it's going to always take 2 Red Eddies to bring them down. That time it's 19 and I think 11. Mason LaRochelle and Gavin Terrio, whose name we've called an awful lot tonight, Dave.
He has been all over this field, trying to make some plays on offense. He had the touchdown earlier, making all kinds of tackles on defense. They seem to have moved him out of that linebacker spot and moved him back to a strong safety spot.
1st and 10 from the 23 now. Clinton goes deep. Over the head.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure there for Thornton to throw that a little earlier than he wanted to. Tried to lead the receiver out there, but they just too far and just couldn't get Buck in stride. Buck had his man beat. It just didn't have enough time to set his feet and throw that.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 23. Thornton in the gun. Hands it off, and up the middle is Cordell Jones, and
yeah, that was nothing fancy right there. That's just your standard power run up the middle. Everybody on the line goes hat on hat and just tries to push, and you let the running back try to find a hole, and boy did Cordell Jones get that hole. He really did come out of there quick. He's the biggest of the backs that the Dogs have, and they've been using him quite a bit this game.
That was about a 10-yard gain, so 1st and 10. Ball's on about the 13. Thornton hands off to McGowan, and Pepin with the tackle.
Yeah, McGowan. They tried to run something similar that time with McGowan instead of Jones, and Pepin was having none of it.
Might get credit for about 4 yards, though, on it, as the ball is spotted on the 10-yard line and had been previously listed as the 14. They're going to say 2nd and 7. Here comes Buck. He finds a hole, and boom. He runs into, I think, Terrio again.
Yep,
nope.
That's Terrio yet again. He made the tackle. Buck took the Wildcat shotgun snap and just came out of the backfield and rushed up the middle there again. Picked up about 4, making it 3rd and 2-ish.
You're exactly right. Some scoreboard issues here tonight, but up the middle, Regan Buck. That looks to be a touchdown, and it is.
Yep, simple pistol formation, handed it right off, went right up the middle. Again, they were looking for just 2 yards there to get the first down and reset the sticks, but that line just kept on pushing, and Buck was able to get into the end zone.
And that gets the 6 back that they gave away with a half a minute left in the quarter, Dave.
Yeah, they came down the field and just marched down the field. They had a couple of big plays in there, and then got the touchdown on the run. And now they're back on their points, so they're going to go back and try an extra point again. Last one was blocked.
Justin Bouchard will line up at the 10. He'll kick, and it is good.
Yeah, he got that one up in the air a little quicker. Everything looked better that time. The blocking up front was good, and he was able to get his streak started yet again.
So the Dogs will kick off with about a half a minute left here in the first quarter, and we'll be back in a moment. Here we go. Justin Bouchard to kick it off after he just got an extra point. 6 of 7 on the year. A relatively short kick, picked up at about the 24. About a 15-yard return. I'm not sure who the returner was there.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see. He got the ball on the wrong side of the field from us, and then just ran into a pile of people.
So we will get at least a playoff here with 25.9 seconds left in the first quarter. Dogs up 25-6. Steve Schwartz and Dave Levine on WPPS TV3. Jeremiah Spradley on camera tonight for us.
Refs have to switch the ball out. Teams play with their ball.
The last time I saw this much activity about balls on the sideline, I was sitting behind the Patriots bench at the Colts game and listening to Gino Cappelletti say, there's something happening, the officials are asking for the balls. That became a scandal.
So Portland had a ball on the sideline here that I think was the Red Eddies ball. And so the refs are going to They're trying to. They asked Jacob Grealish if that was his ball or if that's okay, and they're still trying to find the right one. That looks like a Portland ball that they're going to bring back off the field, and the Red 80s will bring another one from the sideline.
Here we go.
Very confusing.
1st and 10 from their own 39. The pitch is to Pepin.
It's a good run, good solid run. The Dogs had 9 in the box that time. They brought everybody thinking run, and Pepin was able to scoot outside and pick up 5 yards on that.
6'2", 300-pound Anthony Tavares on that tackle. And you do not want him on you because, and he chased him down well.
Yeah, exactly. Pepin ran through a couple arm tackles, but you're not going to run through his arm tackle.
So it was about a 6-yard gain, perhaps, or maybe a 5-yard gain. And we're going to be the end of the first quarter here with the score 25-6. We'll be back with second quarter action in a moment. We are back with second quarter action. The Dogs up 25-6. Steve Schwartz, Dave Levine, WPPS TV3, low snap.
And that's intercepted.
And by bucket, he's going to go home. He's going to bring it to the house, folks.
That pressure came in by Rodriguez. Smacked the quarterback just as the ball was released, and he couldn't get his full arm through, and it was just woefully underthrown because of it, and Buck was just sitting there waiting for it, and he took it to the house.
That's about a 55-yard return and a touchdown for the Dogs, 31-6. My goodness.
Yeah, we called Rodriguez's name last week a lot, and this is the first time we called his name this week, and he made the play.
And Justin Bouchard to kick. Seems to be a little confusion out there. Here we go. And that's good. So the Dogs start off the second quarter where they really started off the first quarter, scoring.
Yeah, it was just great defense again. That line is putting in work. They're getting to the quarterback very quickly, and Grealish just doesn't have a chance to make a throw that he wants to make. And that one was just, he was hit as his arm was coming forward, and the ball was just underthrown by a good 10 yards on that.
So let me just tell you what the curious thing about the first quarter is for the Dogs. As much as we saw Buck run and scored a touchdown, 62 yards, and McGowan with 33 yards and 2 touchdowns, Hunter Temple had 97 yards, including that 78-yard
Yeah,
touchdown.
they're just marching on the field, down the field right now. There's nothing that the Red Eddie defense can do.
Bouchard with a line drive. Picked up at about the 13 or so.
Good coverage again. That was Terrio on the return.
Well, the Dogs will start at about...
Nope, the Red Eddies.
Oh, excuse me. The Red Eddies, right, will start at about the 33-yard line. Yep. 1st and 10 on their own 33. Well, the Dogs will start defense, Dave, won't they?
Yes, they will.
Only not in the 30.
One of the two will be out there.
In the gun, one in motion. Low snap. And that's going to cause all kinds of problems, as in on that sack is Isaac Al-Kafaji.
Yeah, he came off the edge, and Isaac is not the fastest guy in the world, but he's big and strong. And with that low snap, he could just keep going and running and was able to capture Graylish for a big sack.
6'3", 225. I've called his name a lot over the years.
Yeah, he's a very, very nice defensive lineman for this team. He makes some of those unheralded plays. He doesn't get his name called a lot, but he's the reason a lot of this defense is doing what it's doing.
That looks like it was about a 5 or 6 yard loss.
Screen pass again.
Yeah, that was a nice nifty move there. As I'm not sure if that was Jordan St. Peter or.
Come on, I gotta call out 6'2", 300-pound Anthony Tavares dropping back and covering the running back coming out of the backfield. That's your defensive nose tackle going out to in playing defensive back right there.
So that was a 3 yard gain when everything was said and done. It would be 3rd and 13. Ball's on the 30. Rolling out right. It's Graylish. Lots of pressure. It's going to go out of bounds. And once again,
that was
going to punt.
That was Rodriguez and Anthony LeBoy. Both of them got some pressure again. Ran out of real estate on the sideline and just had to throw it away. And the Red Eddies are going to punt. Last time they were in this kind of field position, they did run a fake.
Well, the Dogs will be expecting anything then.
Right now, the Dogs are in standard defense. They haven't dropped anyone deep. Red Eddies are in punt formation. So again, the Dogs are just playing straight defense right here. They don't want anyone to return this. That's another good kick.
And it does take a Red Eddies bounce of about 6 or 7 yards. And it'll be downed at the 29 by Jacob Graylish, the quarterback.
That was about a 40-yard punt. Changes field position for the Red Eddies. They're going to have to play. They're going to have to get some defense going because they haven't been able to stop the Dogs all night long.
The score is 32-6, 9:45 left here in the first half. And as thick as the air is here tonight, Dave, this game is a relatively slow game.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of scoring going on. We had 5 touchdowns in the first quarter alone. A lot of passing plays by the Red Eddies, which is stopping the clock. Portland is just marching down the field. So it's just a very, compared to last week, it's been a very slow game.
Now look, that was Buck just making something out of nothing. Bounces off a player and goes straight up the middle.
Yeah, and gets stoned after 6-yard gain by Terrio again. He has been a monster for this defense. So I'm looking at the playboard that the coaches are using to call in. One is a Lakers symbol. One is the Incredible Hulk. And on the other side, I saw an Instagram logo. Oh, broken play. Looking for a handoff. There was nobody there.
And Thornton will end up with maybe about a 1 yard, 2 yard loss.
Yeah,
there.
Thornton was looking for a handoff to his left, and the running back went right, and it was just a broken play that didn't go anywhere. Fortunately, he was able to scramble a little bit and make something out of nothing. There's also a Superman logo, the USC logo out there, Pac-Man. So the playboard for the Dogs is quite interesting this week.
It's great.
You got the Golden State Warriors logo, so you got the Lakers and the Warriors. And Portland's looking to take a timeout.
So we will too with 8:11 left in the first half, and the score, the Bulldogs firmly in command, 32-6. So we are back. 3rd and 6 on the 34. The ball on the 34 here for the Dogs.
This play right here is bigger for the Red Eddies than it is for Portland. Portland with a commanding 32-6 lead. The Red Eddies need to get off the field here. They brought a blitz from the outside.
Rolling out, and oh my goodness,
Picked
what
off.
a great pick by
Wow.
Terrio again.
He is everywhere. I think the Dogs are going to have to start looking somewhere else because that was an incredible diving play. It was a nice rollout by Thurston. He got out of trouble very well, put the ball on target. There was a player down there. I think it was Brady Viola, but Terrio just got in the way and just laid out for an incredible interception.
Of course, Thornton had a little bit of a problem last week with 2. And he threw into traffic that time, but it looked like it was headed to Brody Viola.
Yeah, that was just a better defensive play. That's not on the offense. That's on the defense right there.
And there you go. Possibly a fumble, but what a great play by Braden Wales, a sack.
Yeah, he got it there. It wasn't just him. It was 4 of them that got in. They're gonna call that a sack, or are they gonna call that a forward pass? Because if that was a forward pass, that should be intentional grounding. They're gonna rule it a forward pass. There was nobody in the area.
So they are
now they're gonna back it up. They are calling it an intentional grounding. So it is a 5-yard loss and a loss of downs. So that's a second. Now it's 2nd and 15. That is the correct call. I didn't see a flag come out on the field, but after the refs talked about it a little bit, that was the correct play. I couldn't tell from here if his knee was down before the ball came out, but either way, you're talking about a yard or 2 difference.
Well, folks, you can rewind it and take a look, both on YouTube or on Channel 3. There's
Wide receiver screen.
Yeah, and just nothing doing. And again, first one in, Anthony Tavares and a gaggle of other Dogs. And
that play was really made again by Braden Wales. He was able to get in there and force the receiver to come back into the middle of the formation where all the tacklers were for Portland. He didn't get a credit for the play, but I'm giving him credit right here for great defense.
And 1 yard, so it's 3rd and 14.
Straight drop back
again. And it may be complete, but if it is, it's still not nearly enough.
Yeah, about a 6-yard gain there, or 5-yard gain to bring it to the 49 of Portland, but still 4th and 9. Good defense. They knew that Edward Little had to go a long way for that, so they played tight coverage or looser coverage underneath, tight deep, and they were able to make the tackle quickly.
We're going to take a timeout with 6:41 left in the first half, and the Dogs up 32-6, and they'll have the ball. Here we go. Dogs 1st and 10 from their own 49.
This is the
Red Eddies.
Red Eddies 4th and 9.
Yeah, sorry.
They're going to go for it from midfield. Oh, good pressure again.
That was a great catch by number 4, Bennett Dubois.
Yeah,
my goodness.
That was good pressure up the middle, and they just launched it over the middle of the field there. And Dubois just went up and took it away from the defender for a 25-yard gain, bringing it from a 4th and 9 now to a 1st and 10 for the Red Eddies. That's a big play for them. First time he's really touched the ball.
Hunter Temple had a hand on that ball, and nevertheless, Dubois caught it.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the game. He's big and strong.
The pressure is enormous, and throwing it away, as you do not want
Isaac
Al-Kafaji coming after you.
Boy, it seemed like no one touched him, and he just kept on going. So Anthony LeBoy is headed out, and they're going to bring back in big Anthony Tavares in that nose tackle. They have been rotating their line pretty good to keep people somewhat fresh. Again, a lot of players are playing both directions.
The interesting thing is that the Dogs bench tonight looks like it has much more depth, or as much depth as Edward Little, unlike the Thornton.
This looks a little bit more fair with the number of players on both sides. It's again hard to tell because we don't know the Red Eddies all that well, and they could be dressing a lot of underclassmen as well.
Hand on it, but couldn't pull it down was number 9, McGowan. But it's incomplete. Boy, can he scramble, though, Grealish.
Yeah, that was the thing we talked about at the beginning of the game. He can move around there, and again, looking for Dubois is his number one receiver, but he was blanketed pretty well. And again, the pressure forces him to throw on the run. He's not comfortable back there, and he's just not able to make those accurate throws that he's used to making.
So, meantime, it's 3rd and 10 with the ball on the 29, and for the Red Eddies, this is definitely 4-down territory.
Absolutely. They're looking here to get 5 or 6 yards and go for it on 4th down. And there's your pitch to your running back.
Pepin.
Good stiff arm by Pepin.
Finally brought out there by number 53 for the Dogs, Henry Spencer. And he did exactly what you suggested he should do.
Yeah, they were looking for 5. They picked up 8 on that pitch play that they love to run, and this time was able to get outside, get the 8 yards, and now they'll be able to go for it 4th and 2, which is with this running game that they have and the big backs, this should be something that they're very comfortable trying to pick up.
And we'll see. I mean, this is important for the Dogs to see what kind of stands they can have in plays like this.
Good penetration.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get it. It takes 6 to bring him down, but I don't think so.
Yeah, he was hit in the backfield before he could make his cut, which took all the momentum away. And then it was just gang tackled by the Dogs, and they were able to stop him short.
So Pepin needed 2. He got 1.
Yeah, he got 1.5, and again that quick penetration was able to force him to make a cut in the backfield and stop his forward momentum. And then by the time he got going again, everybody for the defense was hanging on.
1st and 10 Dogs from their own 16. The handoff is to McGowan. And he is brought down by
Lyric Velnut.
Vaynut.
Yeah, we've called his name quite a few times tonight. He's playing on the end there. He's probably playing. He's looking like he's playing either the Sam or the Will. They kind of bounce back and forth for linebacker.
So 2nd down and about 5.
Same play again.
This time McGowan finds some daylight on the right side. And Terrio saved that from being a touchdown.
Yeah, they ran the same exact play that they just ran. It was a kind of a little trap play. They came across the formation to the right side.
It was about a 16-yard gain there, I'd say.
So you get the Miami Heat and 100 symbol also on the board. So a lot of basketball references on the board for you, Steve.
I love it. Saw Joe Giordano tonight with 5:10 left, folks, in the first half. 32-6 is the score. Dogs in front. Here we go now. Dogs 1st and 10 on their 42. Throwing deep. Hunter Temple just over his head.
Yeah, there was plenty. Hunter Temple was 3 yards clear of the defensive back, and Thurston had all the time in the world to hit it, and he just overthrew it by actually quite a bit. He had time. There was no pressure, and I think he just rushed the throw when he saw a receiver that wide open.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 42. 2 in the backfield along with the quarterback. Oof, that is good penetration there. And it looks like 55 was the first one in, and that is Caden Dulac.
Yeah, and their captain Drew Smith was right there as well. Okay, continuing on the Portland board there's the Celtics logo, another basketball reference, and the Apple logo. So they have at least 2 double-sided boards for formations.
That was a 2-yard loss. Oh, I would say
that looks like offsides on the defense.
Smart play by Portland.
So we got Instagram, Michigan Wolverines.
They're showing blitz.
Oh, and did they come? And he broke the tackle.
Oh, my goodness, folks.
Oh, and there's a horse collar tackle by Terrio.
Yeah, and that was seen by the official.
Yeah.
Great run by McGowan, though.
Yeah, I think he got frustrated back there. They had the play. Defense made the play. They were in the backfield, but McGowan was able to sidestep around the rushers, and then he was coming free down the sideline, and Terrio had to grab him, and I think he got a little frustrated because he was on the sideline, and he had him down, but just grabbed the horse collar tackle. So that's going to be a 15-yarder on him.
Yeah, and I think that's tacked on to about a 25-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a big gain by McGowan. It could have been a 5-yard loss that he turned into a huge gain going forward. And with the penalty yardage on top of it, it sets up the Dogs inside the 25.
To throw again quickly.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. They were looking for Hunter Temple coming on the slant, but the ball was thrown behind him.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 ball on the Red Eddies 24-yard line. 4:11 left. What's the 4-1-1, Dave? Dogs up 32-6.
Power formation.
The pitch. Right side, Buck. Oh, my goodness. Almost another. He had a hand on his back there, but brought down by Drew Smith.
Good 7-yard pickup there to bring up 3rd and short. But that was a very, very tight bunched power formation. There was nobody that was more than 5 yards off the ball. Quarterback under center for the first time all night instead of out of the pistol.
Well, but he's back here now. And there goes McGowan on the right side, and yeah, he's kind of thrown out of the club there by Jack Pepin.
Yeah, Pepin's not only a strong runner, but he's a strong linebacker as well. Pepin kind of plays defensive end, if you want to call it that. It's probably more of a hybrid position for him.
It's 4th and 3, so the Dogs will, well, what are they going to do here?
They'll go for it here.
For it.
Little out of field goal range.
And there we go again, offsides.
And that's Pepin he made the last play, and you could see he was coming from that kind of outside linebacker-ish rush end position and wanted to really get a nose in there and come up the middle a little bit. He kind of looped around, and the timing was just off, and he cost the team a chance at a fourth down stop, giving the Dogs a first down at like the 13-yard line.
Yeah, about the 12. First and 10 from the 12. The direct snap to Buck on the right side, and he gets brought down by Terrio at about the 2. So that's going to be I believe it's going to be a first down. We'll see if they...
I think they're calling it 2nd and inches.
So we'll give 9 yards to Buck there. And the direct snap that time to Jones, and he's brought down by Pepin and Smith.
Yeah, they tried a similar play what they ran last time. This time to Jones, but he just couldn't get anywhere. 3rd and 2 now. Negative play for the Dogs.
Of course, fourth down territory inside here. There's the handoff to McGowan, an easy touchdown from the 5. So McGowan scores his 3rd touchdown of the night on a 5-yard run.
Yeah, running right behind big number 50, Colin Kelly. Blew open the hole, and it was I ran in untouched.
And Justin Bouchard set to kick. He is 2 for 3 tonight so far. Well, we had an offsides.
Yeah, they've been trying to jump. They timed it perfectly, the first extra point earlier in the game, and got the block. And they've been awfully close a couple times. They're trying to run just as the ball is being snapped, and it's just they're not. That time they were clearly offsides. And I think by doing that, bringing it half the distance to the goal, the Dogs are going to go for 2 here because it's a much shorter play.
Second offsides in a row for the Red Eddies, and so it'll be an attempt here at 2.
So here's that same bunch formation that they had before. Quarterback under center.
Yeah, Thurston is under. Takes the snap.
Little pitch.
Pitches it to Buck and inside for the 2.
Yeah, that's a good smart play. You had Buck coming around the outside. You had Aiden McGowan in the backfield. You fake the handoff to McGowan. You pitch it to Buck, and he just comes right across the from left to right in the backfield. And the blocking again up front by the right guard, Colin Kelly, and your right tackle Anthony Tavares was just incredible. Nobody could get through. Brady Viola was also over there on the strong side, and there was just nothing that the Red Eddies could do on that play.
In the meantime, Dave, with 1:30 left here in the first half, the Bulldogs are up 40-6.
We're going to have to, I have a feeling we're going to have to learn some new numbers in the second half here, Steve. Up this much, I wouldn't expect to see your starters come back out in the second half.
Bouchard with the kick, taken at the 15, or the 20 rather. About a 11-yard return.
Number 24, Joey Baker was at the bottom of that pile. So we got Portland timeout.
We'll take 1-2 with 1:24 left in the first half, and the score 40-6. Dogs are up. We are back. Red Eddie's ball deep in their own territory, and to throw and dropped by Bennett Dubois.
Yeah, he was looking for some pass interference. He's yelling at the ref right now, and he's got to be careful because I didn't see a whole lot over there. Maybe there was a little bit of hand fighting, but it looked like it was pretty good coverage down the sideline. He did have half a step and then just couldn't get both hands on that ball. They're going to take some shots like that. They're going to have to try to cut into this deficit a little bit. Passing again, same play.
This time caught. What a beautiful catch. Same play, same receiver, I believe, Bennett Dubois.
Yeah, Dubois, they just high pointed it that time. They went up and he went up and got it.
It's about a 25-yard completion there.
Yeah, that was Hunter Temple in coverage. And Hunter's just not quite big enough for that.
Plenty of time, but good pressure now. Way up. Oh, my goodness. He was chased by three, led by
Anthony LeBoy.
Yeah, and Henry Spencer.
Yeah, they were looking that side again for Dubois, but there was just no hope to look downfield once three Bulldogs came in through the line. We got a flag down. We got intentional grounding and loss of down, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. He was out of the pocket, but he did not make it back and make the ball. The ball did not make it back to the line of scrimmage. So they're going to call that intentional grounding, a 5-yard loss, making it 2nd and 15 now for the Red Eddies.
And that's either their 7th or 8th penalty here tonight. And it is going to be 2nd and 15, ball at midfield.
So the Dogs are dropping two deep safeties now. Screen. Big.
Oh my gosh, what a big tackle there by number 81,
Brody Viola. Haven't called his name on offense much, but he came off that defensive end spot and was able to just stick Jack Pepin in the backfield. And that was like a 2-yard loss there, making it 4th now and 17.
With 23 seconds left here in the half.
And the clock is running. The Dogs aren't going to call a timeout with being up this big. TA is probably just going to try a Hail Mary here because they're going to run out of time with 10 seconds.
And the referee isn't kind of taking time to back out of it. They take a quick snap here, and they're going to go for it. And we'll see what happens.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a monster tackle.
So that play right there by Rodriguez, he was chasing the quarterback in the backfield, put the pressure on him. As soon as the ball was launched, he outraced the ball downfield and made the tackle as well.
So, folks, it's 40-6. That's how the Dogs go into the locker room at halftime, and we'll be back in just a moment. The Dogs enjoying a very comfortable 40-6 lead. Regan Buck has 80 yards so far in this game. He had that pick 6 for a touchdown. He had a touchdown in the first quarter as well, and he had that 2-point conversion. Aiden McGowan, 79 yards, and he's had 3 touchdowns tonight. A nice effort for the Dogs, not just offensively, but defensively.
Defensively, this team has been all over the field. They haven't let the quarterback get really going. This is a passing first offense like we talked about, and to have 69 yards passing at the half is not going to do it for them. They've targeted their big wide receiver a couple times, but really only made one big play. You had the touchdown bobble, catch, bobble by Terrio for a wonderful touchdown. But that's the only points they've gotten.
Folks, Grealish did end up with about 70 yards in the first half passing. But aside from that, not really able to do much against that great Portland defense. We're going to bring you second half action in a moment. So, Dave, it's halftime. There's 26 seconds left. There's a very severe thunderstorm coming our way. There's been a lot of lightning. The stands have been cleared of fans as they're leaving.
Yeah, they're forcing everybody. They told everybody there was a lightning strike that was in the distance and with a lot of thunder. They told everybody in the stands to go to their cars. And right now, the game is suspended. They haven't gotten word back that they're going to come back onto the field, but we're going to wrap up to stay safe. The coaches are going to have to agree to end this game tonight, and it could be a 40-6 victory for the Dogs. Otherwise, they're going to continue to play this on another night and finish the game.
So, folks, we're going to say goodnight here from WPPS TV3. Steve Schwartz, Dave Levine saying so long from Fitzpatrick Stadium with the Dogs at halftime, and maybe at the end, 40-6, they're in the lead. Good night.